Happy Monday, everybody. How are you doing? It's possibly not been a very happy Monday the last couple of weeks for many of you, and I do say happy Monday with the intention of us being able to look for the silver lining in every cloud. Of course, we don't all feel bouncy happy all the time. And just picking up from what I've been talking about the last couple of weeks regarding our higher selves and our best version of ourselves, and being the best version of ourselves, the most loving version of ourselves. It's as though we have an ideal and then we're faced with the reality, and we need to gather the steps that we need to take to get to the ideal, and also to accept that the ideal is a perfect vision and none of us are perfect. That is how we're perfect. We're perfect in our imperfections. So in a way of becoming our best version of ourselves, really there are certain qualities that this involves. One is the ability to forgive ourselves and others. The other is the ability to cultivate compassion for ourselves and others, and the two are greatly linked. Also, as we make this shift in paradigms, which is my big joy, from sort of fear-based living to love-based living, then we're also looking to adopt, as my lovely business coach Susanna will say, the attitude of grace and ease, and that's what we're looking to cultivate in our lives. Now, I mentioned difficult emotions last week. I talked about how, you know, those sort of feelings and situations that you have to act in, but you don't really know what to do, and you don't really know how to deal with it, and you don't want to have to deal with it, and you'd rather dig your head in the sand. Well, this week's been about not knowing and sitting in the not knowing, and just praying for guidance constantly and handing over the challenging emotions that come up. And it's been really tough for so many people. There is a revisit of some very, very deep core wounds, and when I talk about revisiting things, it seems to me like I'm saying this a lot, but it's worth remembering that when we have a traumatic situation in our lives occur, whatever that may be, it is virtually impossible to be able to heal everything in an instant. We carry the ability to release in short bursts the trauma that's there, and when we've reached the capacity for what we can deal with, you know, it all stops, and then another life situation will come about where we can address more of that original wound. And we are all being called to address our original wounds of rejection, of abandonment, of betrayal, of feeling as though we're not validated if others aren't validating us. There's so many core issues: guilt, blame, shame, fear. That there's loads. Anyway, the point is, have you got a toolkit? If you don't, look out in your inbox, because I've got a really special offer for lots and lots of people. In fact, if you're not on my email list, please direct message me with your email, and I will make sure I get the email to you as well. But my whole passion is to share tools that I know work, because I use them all the time. And I felt like one of those assault courses this week where I've kind of had to go underneath something, over something, just around the corner of something else, and it's like, oh, have I got the agility? Oh, can I manage this? Oh, have I got all the muscular memory I need to be able to deal with the unexpected? And yes, I do. So there's a graduation there. Just like with my new fringe, it's all about having a hard edge now, drawing a line in the sand and saying, this is me. I'm defining my boundary. I'm prepared to be defined. And on that note, I'm going to leave you with something by my lovely friend James Twyman. I've had this book for years and I'm now reading it. And this is sort of the making the awakening from being asleep, from being in the mind, from using logic to explain everything. And if it's not logical, it therefore doesn't exist. And, you know, if there's not an answer in science, it doesn't exist. Well, you know what? The heart is where it's all at, my friends. The heart is where it's all at. And through the heart, we can embody our soul, our spirit, and we can indeed be the best version of ourselves. So here's the deal. First, the mind surrenders, then sees. Next, the heart surrenders, then sees. Finally, the soul awakens, then knows. So, if you need to surrender anything, surrender it. Good luck with that. Forgiveness, surrender, compassion.